What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, back with another review for you guys for Candyman 2021. This movie is getting a lot of hype right now. Some people saying the best horror film in the past decade, things like that. So I wanted to take a moment to share my thoughts with you guys on this film and ask the question, does it live up to the hype? Stay tuned. Alright, so Candyman 2021, directed by Nia DaCosta, a name I'm not too familiar with, but I think we all are now as of the release of this film. So yeah, went and seen this yesterday at the theater. Wanted to take a day to let it kind of sink in, kind of analyze it a little bit before I give my true, honest opinion on this. Talk about the story real briefly, and yes, I'm doing this from my vehicle because I just want to get this out there, and I don't know when I'll have the chance at home to do so with the way my lighting is and other things going on at the house. I just wanted to get this review out there and share my thoughts with you guys and answer that question, which we'll do at the end of this video of does it live up to the hype. So story-wise, interesting story in this one. We'll just go through it real briefly. You have Anthony McCoy, who is a aspiring artist, kind of struggling at the time. They're told a story while gathering with some friends, the legend of the Candyman, and he pretty much invites this into his life, this lure of the Candyman, and upon doing so, he becomes more artistic once the Candyman does appear and people end up dead and things like that. He really develops this more artistic side of himself, along with things happening to himself physically. Again, I'm not going to give everything away. I'm going to try not to spoil everything for you guys, but there are physical things that start to happen to Anthony as well. He has a girlfriend named Brianna, I believe her name was, and all of this kind of tears apart their relationship, as well as he kind of transcends into this other world, and he's completely enthralled with this idea of the Candyman, and it, you know, again, helping his artistic side, so he doesn't want to let go of this. And as he becomes more obsessed, I guess, with this and you know, this fascination with this legend of the Candyman, you know, it really pulls apart their relationship, and he pretty much starts to spiral out of control. You also have the character of William Burke, who is someone that he meets and kind of turns to for help with this and try to understand the legend of the Candyman. And that's where we're kind of introduced to this whole idea of there being multiple Candymans throughout time. Again, I'm not going to spoil everything. I'm not going to tell you what each one was and everything, but you're opened up to this concept of, you know, the original one from 1992, I believe, with Tony Todd and Virginia Madsen. You know, that character was the only character that we knew about as far as being the Candyman. So now we're opened up to this idea that there's been multiple through time, which is an interesting concept. Let me know down in the comments how you guys feel about them taking this film in that direction. You know, the Candyman that we all grew up with and know and love, you know, is a sophisticated character, this, you know, that women just fall for, and kind of a loving, gentle soul, but yet kills people. So, and now we're opened up to this idea that there's multiple ones. So that's kind of interesting to me. I mean, Tony Todd can't play that character forever, and you know, you can really open up the franchise to, you know, a lot of different things. So I'm not completely against that idea. I think it's kind of interesting. So yeah, with all that being said, that's pretty much the basis of this movie. Is, you know, Anthony McCoy is becoming something else, and kind of gives you the idea that, you know, almost anyone can become the Candyman through certain events happening in in their lives or something. So yeah, interesting concept. Again, this is directed by Nia DaCosta. Jordan Peele is a producer and a writer on this, along with her as well. But it definitely does have some Jordan Peele moments to it. Definitely felt like it was kind of both their film. I know a lot of people saying, you know, this is her movie 100%. Jordan Peele had nothing to do with the direction of it, but I disagree with that. I believe he had definitely had a hand in this more than people say, but, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it definitely has a few elements of his films. So yeah, with that being said, you know, people are praising the camera angles of this, the way this movie's shot and everything, and it's shot very well. Don't get me wrong, I love the look of this film, but it's nothing extraordinary to me. Again, it's a good-looking film. I'm not going to take away from that whatsoever, but it's not like something I haven't seen before. You know, there's certain shots in here with the kills that are a little bit different than usual, which I appreciate, and the gore and violence is where it needed to be on this one. It's not overdone, it's not underdone, it's right there in the middle. You don't see all of the kills all of the time. You know, people are getting stabbed or whatever, and you don't see that actually happening, but you know it's going on. There's a scene where people are getting slaughtered, and you just hear it, and you don't really see it for the most part. Again, I'm not going to give everything away. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens, but yeah, it's definitely, again, shot very well, but it's not anything extraordinary. So with all that being said, does it live up to the hype? Is it worth the hype? Is it overdone? Is it overpraised? I think, yes, it is a little overpraised and is not worth the hype. That doesn't necessarily mean I think it's a bad film. It's a perfectly fine film. It's better than the sequels that we had to the original Candyman. And if I had to, you know, place them in an order, it would be the original, and then this, and then 2, and then 3. So, yeah, I feel like this is a character that isn't as appreciated as, you know, a Freddy, Jason, Michael, Pinhead, all those characters, Pennywise, you know, all these horror icons, legends. You know, I don't feel Candyman gets the appreciation that he deserves because he's only really had one good film up until this point. So I feel like this is really bringing that character back into popular culture, and that's a definite blessing, you know. I've always loved Tony Todd as Candyman and this whole legend of the character, you know. I think it's a welcomed addition to the horror genre. I think Nia DaCosta is definitely someone to keep an eye out on. You know, again, I'm not too familiar with her previous work. She hasn't done a whole lot directing wise, so definitely excited to see what she has to bring us in the future. And I think Jordan Peele is hit and miss on his movies as a producer, as a director. I wasn't the biggest fan of Get Out. I was kind of half and half on Us. You know, I think he definitely has potential, maybe more as a producer and things like that, as opposed to a director. But, you know, time will tell on that as well. So I just wanted to give you guys my quick thoughts on this movie. Again, the William Burke character, I don't remember everyone's name that plays everyone, but I wasn't too familiar with the cast. I think he is definitely the standout actor in this. I think his role is one of the better roles in this, and not a lot of people talking about that character. I feel like he's kind of left out of the discussion of this from the few reviews and things that I've seen on this and all the praise that it's getting. And keep in mind too, Vanessa Williams was back in this, reprising her role as Anne Marie McCoy, and that was pretty interesting as well. And I did like the visuals of the kind of like animated scenes, the cutouts and stuff. Bringing that into it definitely added to this as well. Again, there's a few scenes in this movie that are shot very well, very different than what we're used to seeing, but again, nothing that just blew my mind. I didn't walk away from this in the theater thinking, wow, that was amazing. You know, I gave this 3 stars on Letterboxd. If you guys follow me over there, I didn't say too much about it on Letterboxd. I told you guys more in this video than I did over there. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't disappointed in it. You know, it was about what I thought it was going to be, and I'm glad I went and saw it. Definitely go see this at the theater, even though I don't think it's the greatest horror movie in the past decade, like some people. You know, go support your local cinema and support the horror genre, and, you know, let them know out there in the world that we want to see horror films in the theater. We want to see film in general in the theater, and you know, keep them open. So in closing, again, guys, my feelings on this is, does it live up to the hype of all the attention that it's getting? I don't think so. That's my personal opinion. If you have a different opinion, feel free to share it in the comment section. Again, we can't all enjoy the same stuff. We can't all have the same opinion on movies, and it would be a boring world to live in, once again, if we all said the same thing and didn't have a voice. And I want to apologize for all the jump cuts, the edits on this video, because I'm trying to film this in my truck outside, and my phone's not wanting to stay in position, so my apologies for that. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, that bell notification. Yeah, and thanks for watching, guys. As always, peace, love, happiness to all of you. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.